for the moment, who is not scared. And in that those 4 quarters, you don't have the time to make an adjustment to next game. Who can make the in-game adjustments, or who can exploit something, and maybe who can be an X factor in this whole series. But whoever it is, they probably want to do it in the next 2 games because the Warriors are getting better. They're getting healed up. KD possibly could be back. They've been talking about that, and you really don't want to let them rest too long at this point, dealing with a team in the Eastern Conference, getting yourself beat up, and then you're still trying to, get yourself acclimated, or get yourself ready to go for the NBA Finals. So you're listening to the Wait a Minute Show with your man Jelani JB Bodie. It's going down on a Wednesday. And in Lopan, Lopan, I had my notes here, and I'm looking around, and I don't see them. Did you possibly move them out the way?
Indeed.
Do you know where my notes are, Lopan?
Indeed.
You're not going to tell me?
Indeed.
Okay, well, at least point them out. You just... Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Is it over there, Lopan?
Indeed.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get my notes because Lopan is being... Ooh, Stephen A. Ooh. Give me 1 second. Oh, gosh, I tell you, some folks in this place, I just don't know. We don't even pay you, so I can't even say I don't pay. I'm not going to pay you, but thank you for at least pointing it out to me, Lopan.
Indeed.
Yes. So we talked about the Raptors series, but also going on in this series is a little bit of a little, I guess maybe you can call it gamesmanship, if you will. So if you've been watching this game, especially the last 2 games, because they've been in Toronto, Drake, who is the ambassador to the Toronto Raptors, has made sure his presence has been felt at the game. And now he is part of the game. Once again, it was sports and everything with Drake. His name is being popped up. But now he is being talked about in the game because they were talking to Coach Bud, Coach Budenholzer, coach for the Milwaukee Bucks, and they were asking him basically about some of the things that Drake was doing in the game. And Coach Bud was not too thrilled about how he was, I guess, conducting himself. He was saying that, some of that stuff is a little bit over the top. It doesn't need, there's not a need for it, if you will. And he's just saying Drake is a fan. He needs to be treated as such as a fan and not be given some of the leeway that he's been given. Now, what he's probably referring to is that at one point in the game, Drake goes up to Coach Nurse, which is coach for the Raptors, and I guess he let them know, hey, you got this, coach. And he gave him the quick shoulder rub, like, yeah, we got your back, we got your back. And it's just like, okay, why is Drake able to get that close and be part of the action like that? If you watch the game, you've seen him. He's standing up, leaning on the table, watching the game. And it's just like, can you sit down? You bought a seat to sit down. If you wanted to stand up, then go get a standing only ticket or stand in the hallway like where the general managers and everything stand. So Coach Bud is basically bringing all this up about Drake maybe just overstepping his boundaries as far as like what he is able to do, what, they actually let him do. Here's what I'm going to say about that. Is it too much? Is he probably going too far? Probably, but here's what you can do, Coach Bud, and this is just my suggestion here at the Wait a Minute Show. Me and Lopan got together about this and tried to come up with some stuff that Coach Bud and them could do with this next home game that they got. So you know what? If Drake wants to show up in Toronto and be standing around and, giving back rubs and all that stuff, whatever it is, and being part of the game, then you might as well just join the thing, join in too. You're already not playing this radio music in Milwaukee. So here's an idea we said. You know what? Why don't you get your own rapper? Own rapper to come out there. And I know you're thinking like, what are you talking about? Milwaukee ain't got no rappers. Yes, they do. Oh, they got a bunch of them. You can get Looney Baby, to come out there and be the ambassador for that game. Or even better, now this would be for some of my old heads, go get Cuckoo Cal. Yeah, that Cuckoo Cal. Come on, in my projects. Yeah, that Cuckoo Cal. Get him, put him courtside. Let him be out there, be the ambassador for the Bucks to give everybody else a hard time like Drake. So my suggestion to you, Coach Bud, go find yourself your own Milwaukee rapper. Put them front court, floor seats, and let them do their thing. And then they can impact the game just like Drake has. And you can just play the game. Play the game. I get it, Coach, but, they're not going to change it. They're not going to tell him sit down or anything like that. He's Drake. Let's just be honest and just join in. Just take it. I'm just saying. Go get Cuckoo Cal in my projects. I'm telling you. Look that up if you don't know about that Cuckoo Cal. I'm telling you. But, ladies and gentlemen, you listen to the Wait a Minute show, and we always got to take, a time out to go through, as the world turns, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, whatever else you want to call it, Jersey Shore, whatever. There's some soap opera. So, the Lakers introduced their new coach in Frank Vogel. And Frank Vogel was being asked about Jason Kidd. And, he knew this was going to be coming up. He knew he was going to have to address this, because Jason Kidd was one of the required people to be on the coaching staff. And I think Tyronn Lue, was going to accept it, maybe not just willingly. It was just like, hey, I'm going to deal with it. Frank Vogel is saying that he has no problem with it. He said, hey, it happens everywhere because the whole thing is that they were talking about him possibly losing his job to Jason Kidd. And he was like, well, your assistant is always, someone that is good and you can lose your job and all this stuff. And you want to surround yourself with great people and great coaching staff. And I've had this long conversation with Jason Kidd and blah, 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 and all that stuff. Here's what I got to say about that. He makes a good point, up to a certain degree. But this is a little bit of a different situation. But because it is the Lakers. Nothing is normal. Nothing is simple with the Los Angeles Lakers. So that's one. But the other thing that I think Mr. Vogel is missing on this, that I didn't miss. Coach, didn't you know or didn't you realize or did you forget? Jason Kidd got interviewed for this job before you. It was Monty Williams, Tyronn Lue, Jason Kidd, and then they went to Frank Vogel and some other people after the whole thing with Tyronn Lue did not, go according to plan. So this is not just a guy that, the Lakers just said, he was here, and we want to keep him or anything like that. He was not on the coaching staff to begin with. They interviewed him for the head coaching position, and then they decided to go with you, Frank Vogel, but they said Jason has to be on the roster as well. Yes, you got to worry about something. Trust me, if they said right now, Jason, you got the chance right now. You can get rid of Frank and coach the team yourself. Jason would be like, I'm sorry, but you've been voted off the island, bro. And he would have sent him on the way. So, yes, Jason Kidd is someone that you have to worry about because once when stuff starts going wrong or they don't, start out or get to start like they thought they should, they're going to start looking at Jason Kidd. And I give you another example. Tyronn Lue was a part of that. Now, not in the same sense, but David Blatt, he was the coach. Lue was there, and everybody wasn't getting along with David Blatt, and everyone was talking about how Ty is the guy that everybody talked to, and hey, Ty ended up being the coach. So I'm just saying, Frank, you might just be saying that out there just so everybody will kind of put this thing at ease and that you don't have to worry about anymore. But you best believe Frank Vogel in the back of his head, maybe in the front of his head as well, and some on the side, that he is looking at Jason Kidd and just making sure that nothing is happening that's going to undermine what he is trying to do. But please believe, stuff started going bad, people will still start calling for Vogel to be gone and getting Jason Kidd, in there. So I'm just saying, watch your back. Watch your back, Vogel, because it could happen. It could happen to you, sir. You listen to the Wait a Minute show. I tell you what, we talked a little bit about basketball. We're going to stay with basketball, but we're going to touch base on one of my favorite teams and who that might be. No, we're not going to talk about the Lions. No, we're not going to talk about the Pistons or anything like that. We're going to talk about one of my other teams, but we'll find out what that is about and more after the break. So we're going to come back to you, talk some more basketball, get into some football, and then I got something to tell y'all coming back from the break that you don't want to miss. So it is the Wait a Minute show. We'll be back after these words.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute show. That's right, Jelani Lopan. Indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
Attention, all sports fans! If you're someone who wakes up each morning with lists of sporting events to go along with your to-do list for the day, then you just might be a diehard. The world of sports is as vast as the ocean is deep, including the major leagues, the minor leagues, the college, and everything in between. This is me, your boy Larry B of IE Sports Radio, welcoming you to join me every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on The Defining Moment, a show that focuses on what really matters in the sports world, sports themselves, and nothing outside of them. Once again, tune in for The Defining Moment with me, your boy Larry B, every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on IE Sports Radio, right here on Spreaker.com. We'll see you then.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at NewYorkLife.com.
Do you want your next Atlanta event to be memorable? If so, have Drink & Color at your next function. Drink & Color is sophisticated bartending that creates signature cocktails for your special occasion. Wow your family, friends, and business associates next time with Drink & Color. You can contact the owner, Keith T. Lewis, at 678-813-7102. That's 678-813-7102. You can also email her at drinkandcolor@gmail.com and follow on Instagram at drinkandcolor. And tell her you were referred by the Wait a Minute show. Drink and Color, cocktail catering. Let the cocktail sparkle at your next event.
We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I'm here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, dependable, and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the official mechanic, Melvin, at Bay 11 Auto. You will be glad you did. You can reach him at 1455 General Arts Road, Conyers, Georgia, or 404-295-5715. That's 404-295-5715.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you are listening to
It's the Wait a Minute show.
Woo! On X Squad Radio Network. So Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I talk about this all the time, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. First is on Saturdays, 8 p.m. on thewaitaminuteshow.com, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on thewaitaminuteshow.com. We do a second show as well, so you want to make sure you're following that and listening to that. The other thing here on X Squad Radio Network, we